Hey man, let's talk about something that's probably destroying your dating life right now, and you don't even realize it. You think being nice is your strength. You think it makes you the good guy, the one she should choose. But here's the brutal truth. Your niceness is killing her attraction and pushing her straight into the arms of guys who understand what women actually respond to. Listen, this isn't about being an asshole. This isn't about treating women badly. This is about understanding the psychology of attraction and why being too nice creates the opposite effect of what you want. Today, we're breaking down the exact reasons why your niceness is backfiring, and more importantly, what you need to do about it. So if you've ever wondered why she seemed interested at first, but then slowly pulled away, this is for you. Let's get into it. The first thing you need to understand is that you're removing all mystery and challenge. Look man, attraction thrives on uncertainty. It thrives on the unknown. When you're too nice, you become predictable. You become safe, and safe doesn't create butterflies. Think about it like this. You text her good morning every single day. You always agree with her opinions. You never push back. You're always available whenever she wants to hang out. You drop everything for her every time. Here's what's happening in her mind. She's thinking, this guy is too easy. He has no backbone. He'll do whatever I want without question. And that, my guy, is not attractive. Women want a man who has his own life, his own opinions, his own standards. They want someone who challenges them mentally and emotionally, not someone who just nods along to everything they say. When you remove all resistance, you remove all tension. And without tension, there's no chemistry. She needs to wonder about you. She needs to feel like she's earning your attention, not getting it handed to her on a silver platter. The second problem is that you're putting her on a pedestal above yourself. This one's huge, and most nice guys don't even realize they're doing it. When you treat her like she's perfect, when you act like she can do no wrong, when you prioritize her needs above your own every single time, you're sending a clear message. You're telling her that she's more valuable than you are. And here's the thing about human psychology. We don't respect what we can easily control. If you're constantly seeking her approval, constantly trying to make her happy at the expense of your own happiness, she starts to see you as beneath her level. Think about the guys she's actually attracted to. They don't worship her. They treat her like a human being with flaws and strengths. They call her out when she's wrong. They have standards and they stick to them. That creates respect. And respect is the foundation of attraction. When you put her on a pedestal, you're not being romantic. You're being weak. The third issue is that you're too available and it kills the chase. Ever notice how she was more interested when you first met? When you were busy with your life? When you weren't texting her back immediately? When you had other things going on? That's because scarcity creates value. Abundance destroys it. When you're always available, when you drop everything for her, when you're sitting by your phone waiting for her text, you become too easy to get. And humans naturally want what they can't have. Women especially are wired to be attracted to men who have options, who have a full life, who aren't sitting around waiting for them. It's not about playing games. It's about having genuine value in your life that doesn't revolve around her. If she can predict your availability, if she knows you'll always say yes, if she never has to wonder where you are or what you're doing, the thrill is gone. She stops chasing because there's nothing to chase. The fourth problem is that you're afraid of conflict and disagreement. This is where most nice guys completely miss the mark. They think keeping the peace means keeping her interested, but it's actually the opposite. When you never disagree, when you never stand up for yourself, when you avoid conflict at all costs, you become boring. You become one-dimensional. Attraction requires passion, and passion comes from friction. Think about her most memorable conversations. They weren't the ones where you agreed about everything. They were the ones where you challenged each other, where there was energy, where there was push and pull. Women want a man with conviction, someone who stands for something, even if it means occasional disagreement. When you're too afraid to ruffle feathers, you signal that you don't have strong beliefs or values. And that, my guy, is not attractive. She wants to feel your strength, not your weakness. The fifth and final thing you need to understand is that you're not triggering her emotions. You're just being pleasant. Here's something most men don't understand. Women are emotional beings. They want to feel something when they're with you. But being nice all the time only triggers one emotion, comfort. And comfort alone doesn't create attraction. She needs to feel excitement, curiosity, tension, even a little bit of uncertainty. When you're always pleasant, always agreeable, always trying to make her feel good, you're creating an emotional flatline. There's no highs and lows, there's no roller coaster, there's just bland consistency. Think about the movies she loves, the books she reads, the stories that captivate her. They're full of drama, tension, conflict, and resolution. That's what keeps her engaged. That's what makes her feel alive. When you remove all emotional variety from your interactions, you become forgettable. She needs to feel the full spectrum of emotions with you, not just the safe, comfortable ones. So, what do you do about it? First, stop being so damn available. Have a life that exists without her. Pursue your goals, your hobbies, your friendships. Don't drop everything every time she calls. Second, develop some backbone. Have opinions and stick to them. Disagree when you actually disagree. Don't just nod along to keep the peace. Third, create some mystery. Don't tell her everything about yourself right away. Let her discover things about you over time. Make her work to understand you. Fourth, stop putting her on a pedestal. Treat her like an equal, not like some goddess who can do no wrong. Call her out when she's being unreasonable. Have standards and enforce them. And fifth, embrace controlled conflict. Don't avoid disagreements. Embrace them as opportunities to show your strength and conviction. Passionate disagreements often lead to passionate makeups. Listen, man, I'm not telling you to become an asshole. I'm telling you to become a man worth chasing. There's a huge difference between being mean and being strong, between being cruel and having standards. The guys who get the girl aren't necessarily the bad boys. They're the ones who understand the psychology of attraction. They know that respect comes before love, that challenge creates desire, that mystery fuels fascination. Your niceness isn't the problem. Your lack of backbone is. Your predictability is. Your availability is. When you fix these things, you don't lose your good qualities. You just add the missing ingredients that make you irresistible. So next time you catch yourself being too nice, ask yourself, am I being nice because I genuinely care? Or am I being nice because I'm afraid of losing her? Because there's a huge difference, and she can feel which one it is. Trust me, when you start valuing yourself as much as you value her, when you start creating the right kind of tension and challenge, everything changes. She stops taking you for granted and starts seeing you as the prize. And that, my guy, is when real attraction begins.